All right, so welcome to another episode of the Coach Ruiz podcast. Hey, I got my guest, a friend from a long time ago, Jamelani. How's it going?
Hey.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I work as an ER nurse full time. I've played women's collegiate volleyball, went back in college. And currently I work out a lot. I mean, I'm a certified personal trainer. I've trained some clients in the past, made some workout programs. Currently working on myself right now and
Mhm.
training for a marathon in May, my first marathon. And play a new player on a women's tackle football team. Never thought I'd say that, but I am.
Hey, that's pretty dope. So how's the marathon training going?
To be honest, if I were to say it was perfect, I'd be lying. But basically, yeah, running is really hard. It's mentally challenging and physically on your body, especially on your knees. And I run on
Mhm.
pavement a lot. So I've been taking a little break to kind of just heal, but constantly trying to find a good routine and schedule to run. So I've been struggling with that, but I'm still trying to go with it.
Okay. So, oh man, my bad. Messed up my table. All right. So I remember like back in high school, like you were playing volleyball, and clearly, like you just said, you were playing in college as well. But I would say, like, when did you like really get into like fitness, like for real?
I would honestly say after college, after volleyball. Like I wish I was into fitness back then as I was now. But yeah, I started getting into fitness maybe uh, because I was playing college volleyball like for 2 years back from like 2012 to 2014, and then I moved back to Hawaii to do pursue a different type of school. And I think so that would probably be 2016 is when I started getting into it, and it was more for like my mental. Like I got into a really bad breakup, and so
Mm,
having fitness like was a outlet for me. So I would go to the gym almost every single day and pretty much worked on myself and then grew to love it.
okay, yes. So while you were playing volleyball, though, in terms of like the strength and conditioning, like how was it in college compared to high school?
Like as far as like the workouts or just for myself.
Yeah, yeah, for like the workouts for the team.
I would say it was way different because in college they took it more seriously. So they actually made us work out a lot more, and we actually had gym time like for I think before we could actually get into the gym, because it's weird. There's like rules to it where you can't go into the gym and play yet until a certain time on the season. They would make us do two a days. So we would do a lot of workouts like in the morning, and then we would do actual volleyball stuff like later on in the day. So we had to work out a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, when you did like kind of get on your fitness journey, like what made you be like a certified personal trainer?
Well, I started my fitness business Flex LLC, and I was creating workout programs, and I was going based off of as an athlete point of view. But
Okay.
I told myself like, why am I going to I can't just be like big headed and be like, oh, I'm a college athlete. I know everything about fitness. So
Mm,
that's why I wanted to kind of open up my mind and study for that and actually get certified so that I could have some type of certification behind my name if I was going to train clients. So that's what kind of motivated me to do it.
okay. Did you get it through like NASM or something, or is it different?
Yeah, I did it. I did it through NASM and I did it online. I wish I could have done it like in a live um
Mm,
person class, but no, I didn't. I did it
no.
online.
Yeah, like I'm working on my strength and conditioning cert, and it's like online. I'd rather like actually go to a class and like have a teacher teach me and stuff. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a lot easier that way.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm a tactile learner, so I learn best if I get to like try to do it in person. But yeah, busy work schedules and stuff don't allow that.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your LLC. Like how did that start and all
So
that?
yeah, I don't. It's been a while. It's like it's so crazy. My life is so crazy with all the work and stuff. But basically, I started that business because I've been so motivated on the fitness journey, and I just wanted to try something different, something fun. So I started Flex, and like the whole thing behind Flex was to motivate people that had busy lifestyles, such as myself, because I met so many people that are like mothers, or like work, because I work 12-hour shifts or work. Yeah, I met so many people that work similar shifts as myself, and they would always use, I'm not going to say, I don't want to sound mean, but like excuses of not
Mm,
being able to work out. And I didn't want to go into that because, if you keep saying that, oh, I'm busy, it's going to add up to like weeks, then months, then years, and then you're never going to get to your goals of fitness. So I just wanted to start that. And I have like some fitness products and stuff like that. But then, like I mentioned to you, I'm kind of transitioning a little bit toward self care, which is still going to include fitness, but it's going to be more focused on like self care as a whole.
okay. So how's that transitioning like working right now?
So it's in the progress right now. So stay tuned. It's gonna be something good, and I feel like it's gonna be something that's easier for me to maintain because it's gonna be like within my life, because I feel like fitness is not your whole life, though you can incorporate things to kind of make it like that, but it's a lot of times, you still have a life aside from
Yeah.
the fitness.
Yeah.
So
For like, so what other, like, what is all included in self care besides the fitness portion?
so like I know, like, like meditation,
Mm,
yoga kind of stuff. Like yoga is kind of still like a fitness, but there's a lot of people that don't look at it as like fitness. They see a bit more stretching. But just stuff like I'm into candles now too. So just something that's like calm, some other stuff that are just calm and stuff like that.
so are you gonna make your own candles and whatnot?
I think so. I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I'm like in the process of that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like I have such an entrepreneur mindset. I feel like I always have all
Mm,
these ideas. Like no one can tell me, no, you can't do this. I'm like, oh, I think I want to start this. I think I want to do this. Like it's a matter of like having a plan and me actually doing it. It's not like, oh, I can't do that.
yeah, I need to get on your level. I did have a business and like it kind of failed, but I do want to like venture on to like something else
Yeah,
while I'm
you should
still
totally
doing
do
all this
it.
other stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you should totally do it. I always encourage people to do everything. And like, I'm not going to say that my flex uh, business is, booming. I have such a positive mindset too. Like, if I, like how you just said failure, I wouldn't really use that word because you can learn a lot from things. Like, we can't expect to
Mm,
all be like Bill Gates or something, like on the first go. But as long as you just keep trying and trying and trying, it's like you'll always get better. And like that motivational, positive mindset is very contagious. Like I get a lot of people that always like compliment me and like send me
mm.
messages and saying like, oh, thank you for like posting this, or thank you for doing this, you're inspiring me. So even just like one person telling me that, it makes me feel good already.
True, true. Is your LLC based out of Oregon, like where you live now, or is it based out of Hawaii?
I would say it's based out of Oregon because I live here. But I always try to like, that's the thing too, living here, the people that live here are not really diverse. So I
Mm,
try not to lose myself. Like, so this next how I'm transitioning it, this next business, I'm trying to like stay rooted and like incorporate my like Hawaiian ties into that too.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So
Because
it's all in the
if
works.
yeah, so if you I guess become like really successful in this business, would you stop being a nurse?
No.
No.
No, I have so many people that like when I first started Flex too, they're like, "Oh, are you gonna stop working?" I was like, "No." Like, I don't know. I mean, it sounds really nice to be like to have a lot of money and not have to work, but I don't know. That's not the type of person that I am. And I love like even though my job is stressful and there are some days where I'm like, oh, I want to go home already. Like I wouldn't trade it. I love what I do and all the hard work I did in school, I'm not just gonna like stop, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love my job, but it's nursing is good too because you can do all kinds of stuff. You don't have to work in the hospital. You can do other things, even less stressful. But I work in the
Mm.
hospital, so
How is it over there like uh now during kind of like COVID?
honestly, I feel like the area that I live in is not nearly as bad as the rest of the United States. Like I feel like Hawaii is a lot smaller, but Hawaii probably has more cases than
Mm.
what we see. So we've been pretty fortunate here. That and I think we planned ahead really good. So yeah, it hasn't been too bad.
Is it kind of still strict over there in terms of like the rules for COVID?
No, well, we actually they lifted the mask mandate last week, I think, so we don't have to wear any mask. Well, other
Mm.
than in the hospital, which
Oh yeah,
is expected, but everything else we don't have to wear a mask.
yeah. That's actually kind of wild because I actually had met someone else who is coming from Washington like a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they were telling me that you can't even go out to a bar uh, without a mask, without your Vax card, and like you have to stay seated the entire time. Whereas in
Really?
Texas, where I'm living at, we've been open for like 2 years now. Like nothing has changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like so it's like we had like maybe like a month or two where it was like kind of strict, but after that, it was like regular.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's wild, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
everywhere is different. Like I know Hawaii is super strict
mhm.
too.
So with I guess with when you started training people, I'm kind of interested in the people that you trained online. Like, how does
Mm-hmm.
that work?
Yeah, so um it was very tough, which is why I took a little break because it was because I was a new trainer. I was the type of trainer that wanted to work out with them too, instead
Mm.
of just like watch them and tell them what to do. So basically, I would have like up to 3 to 4 people that I was like training. And so I would end up working out for like 4 times a day. So I was like, it was hard for me because I work full time. I had to like give them very limited days of what I when I could work out with them, and it was like back to back to back. So I was pretty tired. It was fun though, and it was a learning experience. But yeah, I've trained a bunch of people, and it was all different type of people. Like you had people that like never worked out in years, but finally wanted to work out. People that like just had a baby,
Mm.
um, people that did have some workout exercise. So I had to, I created workout programs, but I also had to get creative with whatever like workout gear they had. And a lot of the workouts we did were body weight exercises
Mm.
or like resistant band exercises. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Is it kind of hard to kind of fix their form via online?
Um, it
Like if it is messed up?
yeah, I could like I would try to correct their form like right off the bat, but as far as like because it was online, it would depend like on the view, I guess. I couldn't see everything, but then I also wouldn't hesitate to tell them to like move their camera
Mhm.
and stuff like that, or I would demonstrate it first and then have them demonstrate it. So yeah, it kind of worked around it.
Okay. So for like your business, the people you were training, it was mostly for people that have like a lot of hours in their workday and whatnot.
Hmm.
Would you say like that I would say that was your target demographic, but are you opposed to like training other people as well?
No, I was like, I would train anyone basically, but that's that was basically what my niche, my target population
Mm,
that I was trying to find, people that had busy lifestyles as myself, which they did have a busy lifestyle, whether they were working or they had a kid, that's still a busy lifestyle. But
mm,
basically, I would train anyone. Like, if anyone was down to train, I would train them too.
that's what's up. So what would you say your training philosophy is?
Can you rephrase that? Like, what do
So
you
like for
mean?
me, I focus more on strength and conditioning, right? So my
Mm-hmm.
training philosophy is about performance. Like I don't really care what you look like. I care about what is this going to do to support you in your sport, essentially.
Yeah. So mine was basically consistency.
Okay.
So, like, you could, if you think about it, like exercise is just a small portion of your day. Like, there's 24 hours in a day. If you work out for like even just an hour, that's just a small portion. So it would be consistency, like no matter how intense or not intense you were working out, as long as you were consistent, your body would follow. It's kind of like a habit. Like, okay, you work out twice a week, and then next week you work out 3 times a week, and then after that, like a month from now, you're continuing, and next you know, you find yourself working out like 4 times a week consistently.
True, true. So if you don't mind me asking, like what part of Oregon do you live in?
I live in Eugene, which is right by the University of Oregon school.
Oh yeah.
That's like one of their special things about this town, is it's a college town.
Yes, like for the championships, the track and field world championships. I wanted to go this summer, but I'm going to be out of military school, so I won't be going this summer.
You
But I
said you're going
was,
to be in military school?
yeah, at a military school, like that's like 2 months long. But like I was
Yeah.
looking for dates and flights and hotels and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and kind of
Yeah.
upset, but not upset at the same time. Like I can probably go another
Oh,
year.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let me know. Yeah, let me know if you do want to come. We can meet up.
Hell yeah, that's absolutely. So for your marathon, what I guess kind of have you been like researching like better ways to like run and stuff like that?
Yeah. I kind of should hire a coach. I feel like, so we ran a half marathon back in, my dates are messed up, but like a couple of months ago we did a half marathon, which is like the 13 miles. And I think I did pretty well on that one. It was just toward the ending, my knees were really sore. But
Mm,
yeah, I think I should. I've been trying to research mainly like running, um, like running routines, running schedules, like how much should I be running until that day.
mhm.
The Yeah, so I I'm kind of going just winging it a little
Just
bit.
winging it.
I'm trying to like prepare for it, but at the same time, I kind of just winging
All right. Well, I'll give you some quick advice. So it's the same. It's not the same as sprinting, but in terms of like your foot strike, it's still on like the balls of your feet, like your midfoot, like not in your heel. And you're still making sure you're striking underneath your center of mass, like not in front of you and then not behind you because that's how you're gonna fall on your face.
it. Mm-hmm.
So things like that. That long distance runners, like when they're not like a professional runner or something like that, they get misconstrued, especially with the running shoes that we sell nowadays, where the heel is super thick. Like if that's comfortable for you, like sure wear it. But what that does forces you is to have a heel strike when you shouldn't have a heel strike. So I'd prefer to wear like minimalist style shoes, but that may not be comfortable for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, what is a like? Can you might have already said it, but heel strike is like when you're running with your heel before your toe.
Yeah. So
Is
if
that what
this
it is?
was my foot, I'm gonna strike with the heel first. You don't want to do that. You want to strike with your
Yeah.
midfoot. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do that. I mean, I don't do the heel strike. I do the
Yes.
toes.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And then like I'm not necessarily a distance runner. Like I really don't like distance, but it's still the same principles as sprinting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more of a sprinter. Like I rather sprint, but yeah, I just like challenging myself, so I'm doing it. It actually
Mhm.
feels like your body, it's kind of weird. Like when when I first start a run, a lot of times I feel like, why am I running? Like I'm regretting it, you know? Like I feel really out of shape. And then after the first mile, it's like my body warms up and then it's like my body gets faster and then you're not tired anymore. It like
Yeah.
it goes into different phases.
Do you use like an app or something
So
to track your pace?
um I use I track my run on Nike Run app a
Oh, okay.
lot, and then I have my watch too. Um, so yeah, try to go at my pace.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
But I
All
think
right.
they said I looked it up. Yeah, like 16 miles. I'm 16 minutes a mile, and you'll be good. And I can run faster than that. So
Oh yeah. So, 16-minute mile. Yeah, that's hella
yeah,
slow. That's like a
you'll
walk.
finish it like on time, basically.
Okay. How long is a marathon?
I think the marathon is like 26.2 or 26.3 miles.
Okay.
It's like
That's
about,
long. That's a long run.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you have like any questions or anything, or anything you want to say about yourself?
No, I think I'm okay. Just
All
stay
right.
tuned for my new business coming soon.
You want to put your social media out there so people can follow
Yeah,
you?
it's really confusing. My Instagram is Jamelani, but it's spelled like how you say it, JMELAKNEE__. And that's pretty much my main social media right now, but yeah, everything will be on there.
Okay. And I'll put that like in the description and all that too. All right. So
Okay,
that's
cool.
another episode of the Coach Ruiz podcast. Thank you for popping up and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.